it's Val with the 5th episode of my Build With Me series. 5th episode, can you believe that? I can't. If you are new here, welcome to this channel. As you can see, this channel is pretty much dedicated to my love for Halloween. Here, it's Halloween all day and every day. A few months ago, I was on eBay and I spotted this model kit of the Munsters. And I don't know why, but as soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it. It might be the cobwebs, the spooky ambience, the creepy characters. I don't know, but everything in that model screamed Halloween. So I bought it, even though I knew nothing about modeling or about the Munsters. I just thought it could be a fun project to do on YouTube, so that's what we are doing. In previous episode, we've made Grandpa, Eddie, Woof Woof, Lily, and Lily's casket. Today we are making Herman and his electric chair, and I'm not gonna lie, I was not looking forward to make that chair. That chair gave me anxiety before I even start this project. When I opened the instruction manual and I saw how tricky it was to assemble, I've got worried. And it was tricky, but not as bad as I thought it would be. So without further ado, let's start building Herman. When I opened the box, Herman came like that. So the first thing I had to do was cutting. That's it. If you're planning on making a model just like that, you really need sandpaper. For this video, I played a little bit with the settings of my camera, which I was not really comfortable doing while I was crafting. So I tried the zoom and I was really happy with some of those shots. It's really satisfying to see the glue fill the seam. When I was done, I was left with Herman's torso, Herman's arms, Herman's legs, and Herman's feet. I always start with the face. I'm doing that for two reasons. First, because it's appealing. It's appealing to you to see a face early in the video, but it's also appealing to me to see a face while I'm working on it. When he has a face, I want to dress him up. Otherwise, I don't really care about painting clothing. And the second reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want to waste time. If the face works, then the rest will work. In a way, it reassures me to have the face done. The camera was turned off when I made his mouth. At least it was on when I painted his eyes blue. I added shadows to his skin tone, I made his scarf, and I painted his hair black. Slowly he was turning into the Herman we all know, and at some point he almost seemed alive. For the bolts in his neck, I used metallic paint. That paint will be very useful later for the chair. Then I work on his hands. I made his right hand brighter because it's the one closest to the fireplace. But except for that, those two pieces are identical. So for the rest of the video, you will see me work on one arm. I did the same process on the other one off camera. On the box, Herman's suit seemed purple, so I started with that. I applied 2 coats of purple on all his clothing, his jacket, his sleeves, and his pants. After that, I picked a darker purple that I applied almost everywhere. Slowly it was starting to look like the box, and it's super exciting because that's exactly what we are going for. I love that whole concept and I cannot wait to see the big reveal. As you can see, I applied some blue on his suit. It's the same blue I used for his shirt. And I finished with touches of pink. When I was happy with what I did, I put the first coat of Mod Podge on Herman's pieces. Oh, it's true, I forgot about his shoes. It's so boring to watch anyway, I think we can skip that. So far, I really enjoyed this project. I love cutting, I love painting. I didn't paint for years, so I forgot how relaxing it was. So that's the fun part. The not so fun part is gluing for me. It stresses me out so much. With gluing, I feel like I can destroy everything I just did in a matter of seconds. And that's not a good feeling. But once everything holds well together, it's really satisfying. For the highlights, I referred to the artwork on the box. As you can see, Herman has a glowing outline. That's because he's sitting near the fireplace. To reproduce that glowing effect, I sat Herman on the chair, and while I was painting, I was looking at that box. When I was done, I compared Herman with the other characters, and I was surprised to see how big his head was. As for Herman, all the chair pieces came attached like this. After I cut them off, I was left with a ton of stuff. A chair base, a footrest, a transformer box, a skull cap, 2 ankles electrodes, 2 belt afts, 2 ankles electrode clamps, 2 upper electro lines arms, a lower main electrical supply line, a upper main electrical supply line, 2 ankles electro line, and a chair that was already built off camera. On the box, the chair seemed to be made out of wood, a very old-looking wood, so I was looking for the right color palette with some browns, and the red paint I found was for the cushion seat. As I was telling you earlier, that chair was built off camera, so I will not be able to show you that part of the process, I'm sorry, but you know that wasn't any different from what you've seen so far on this channel. It was just 4 parts cut and glued together. As you can see, I applied a dark brown base on all my wooden pieces. To paint on black plastic like that was very hard. It took me 3 coats of paint to really hide the black underneath. It was the same for the red. With a lighter brown, I tried to replicate a wooden texture, and it was working. With another shade of brown, I aged it. Before going any further, I thought it could be a good idea to glue the footrest to the chair. On the box, there are touches of red, so it was time to play around with the red, and I jumped right into it. I don't know, I love adding new layers of paint. I'm not scared to play around and try new things. When I was happy with it, I applied a coat of glossy Mod Podge. What is the manual saying? Step 1D, cement left number 19 and right number 18 side panels to chair base. Done. Slowly the chair was taking shape. At the same time, I was working on the belts. Then it was time to add highlights. With some yellow I used on the other characters, I tried to replicate the highlights on the box. And did you see how colorful and interesting the footrest is? It's a mixture of pink and yellow. It looks so cool on the box, it was worth putting an extra effort into it. And that's what I did. And when I was happy with it, I put a second coat of Mod Podge. And the chair was done. Okay, the chair was not totally done. I still needed to work on all the electric parts. It's an electric chair after all. So I applied 3 coats of metallic paint on each part. Then I added blue. On the box they used a lot of blue and some purple. I will add more purple once the chair is completely built. A bit of Mod Podge and now we are ready to assemble our chair. Gluing once again. Just watching this makes me anxious. It's crazy. The other day I was talking with my husband and he told me it was his favorite part of those videos. Once everything comes together, he told me he really enjoys the building aspect. I'm more into colors and textures. I thought it was the same for everyone. I don't know. I thought painting was the most interesting thing about those videos. What about you? What do you prefer? Are you more like my husband? Or are you more like me? I'm just curious to know. So honey, this step is for you. I went back with some purple to make all of that cohesive. And I finished with Mod Podge. That was it. That chair was something, and to be honest, I'm so happy to be done with it. Bye, chair. So I'm super happy with the result, but when I sat Herman on the chair for the first time, I noticed a problem that I want to talk to you about. I cannot really show it on camera, it's hard to show it, but when Herman is sitting, he's kind of sitting in the air. His butt doesn't touch the chair, the seat. It almost touches, but it doesn't. So it's a bummer for that, and I think it happened when I glued his torso to his legs. I think I pushed the legs a little bit too much into his body, if it makes sense. So if you're planning on making that model, try to keep that in mind. Slowly this project is coming to an end. All the characters are done and they all fit well together. Now we have to make them fit into the living room. And the living room is full of stuff. There's a big TV, there's animals, a fireplace, so it's a lot of work, but I will try to make it fit into one big episode. It might take 2, I will see. So thank you so much for watching. That's it for today. If you want to see the full project, please subscribe. If you like that video, please like. It's always fun to see a thumbs up. And to my regular watcher, thanks a lot. I'm currently working on a new series and I cannot wait to share with you. So until then, stay safe and spooky, and I see you soon with more Build With Me stuff to come. Bye!